We are taking a walk this morning. It's about 7:15, something like that. And we are in Galveston, Texas. And we're heading over to the Juneteenth mural. Oh, look at the little stores. Oh, I didn't realize the reflection would be a problem. There are buildings. I'm only here until today.
Turn left.
Then we'll be hopping on the cruise ship to Mexico. And it looks like I'm actually within walking distance of the port, because as I was coming this way before I started filming, I saw a ship, and I think that's that looks like a ship too, hard to tell. Okay, so here we are in Galveston, Texas. I'm not certain if this is actually the Strand. I don't think so, but close enough. The Strand is a place in which you can go and do a little shopping. But here is the Juneteenth mural. I am so happy to be here and have an opportunity to see this in person. I'll look at the sign which is ahead of me, but for the most part, on June 19th, this is the first place in which the African Americans were told they were free. Now, not to say anything in particular went into effect. Let me turn off my map.
You have arrived.
And I'll give you more detailed information in a second. Absolute equality. So cute. Like, why are you looking at me doing my business, miss? Have a good day. Thank you. So here we are. Juneteenth Legacy Project. Okay. Now let's see what this says here. I'll read this to you because I feel like it. Well, at least some of it. American Leadership Forum. Oh, that's just saying who placed it here, I believe. Forum Hudson, Gulf Coast Class 15. All right, that is not what we're interested in knowing. Let's see. I'll get it like this, so if you want to screenshot it, which I doubt. Okay, where is the other? It's over on this side. All right, and this is Galveston, Texas. And this is the Strand. Okay. Well, of course, nothing opens until 9 a.m. And it's only a little after 7. And we'll look and see what the sign is saying about the Strand as well, which is right here. But I want to look at the Juneteenth first. Look at the pretty light post. Okay, here we are. Make sure I still have it in the shot. I want to read. Commemorated annually on June 19th, Juneteenth is the oldest known celebration of the end of slavery in the U.S. The Emancipation Proclamation issued by President Abraham Lincoln on September 22, 1862, announced that on the first day of January, A.D. 1863, all persons held as slaves within any state in rebellion against the U.S. shall be thenceforward and forever free. However, It would take the Civil War and passage of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution to end the brutal institution of African American slavery. After the Civil War ended in April 1865, most slaves in Texas were still unaware of their freedom. It began to change when Union troops arrived in Galveston. Major General Gordon Granger, commanding officer, District of Texas, from his headquarters in the Osterman building, which is Strand and 22nd, which is where we are, read General Order Number 3 on June 19, 1865. The order stated, the people of Texas are informed that in accordance with a proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. This involves an absolute equality of personal rights. It's touching me in a way. And rights of property between former masters and slaves. With this notice, Reconstruction era Texas began. Freed African Americans observed Emancipation Day as it was first known as early as 1866 in Galveston. As community gatherings grew across Texas, celebrations included parades, prayer, singing, and reading of the proclamation in the mid-20th century. Community celebrations were, this is hitting me. Community celebrations gave way to more private commemorations. A reemergence of public observance helped Juneteenth become a state holiday in 1979, initially observed in Texas. This landmark event, legendary, is evident today by worldwide commemorations that celebrate freedom and the triumph of the human spirit. And this marker is the property of the state of Texas. And that was in 2014 when I believe they did the mural. Let's get a little closer. Let me tell you something. It's going to be a hot day today. I feel it. I feel it in places I don't want to feel it. What a beautiful mural. So that would be the general reading. That would be people feeling free. So we'll start on this end. There was slavery. Okay, let's see what this says, because it seems to read something a little different than what's on the sign. And you know what? I thank you, those who created this, those who came up with not only the concept and idea, but those who provided funding to create this in remembrance. The people of Texas are informed that in accordance with a proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. This includes an absolute equality of personal rights and rights of the property between the former masters and slaves, and the connection heretofore existing between them becomes that between employer and hired labor. The freedmen are advised to remain quietly at their present homes and work for wages. They are informed they will not be allowed to collect at military posts and that they will not be supported in idleness either there or elsewhere. General Order Number 3. One thing I will say is, I'm so grateful for our ancestors. Let's see if I could turn this around a minute. I'm so grateful for our ancestors that lived through such situations and created today to be what it is for all of us to have the freedoms, limited or not, that we have today. Thank you and thank God. Now, okay. So this is the Strand. Looks like it's Strand Street. And again, the businesses are not open, but let's read about what the Strand means to Galveston. So I have to walk back this way. Wow. Horse-drawn buggies, the Strand. Okay, I'll just read the first paragraph for the most part. Maybe I'll catch a picture. The rush of the Menard or Central Wharf, now known as Pier 21, during the late 1860s and the early 1870s, with the big fleet of red Morgan ships discharging cargo and passengers, with the riverboat loading and unloading, was so great that a police officer was kept on duty there all the time. At times during a rush, there would be a line of drays extending from the steamboat landing at Central Wharf as far uptown as the corner Strand and 22nd, and it required the services of several policemen to keep them straightened out. Okay. During the year 1871, no less than 41,670 passengers by sea landed in Galveston, the majority of them coming in the Morgan Line steamships, although there were some from New York by the Mallory steamers and a few hundred from Bremen by sailing vessels. That was in the Galveston Daily News, October 25th, 1908. As of 1874, the number of entrances of foreign and coastwise vessels in Galveston Harbor yearly varied from 700 to 1,400. The import ports are salt, coffee, crockery, iron and tin, and a steady current of sturdy Germans. Wow. The importation of lumber from Florida, Louisiana, and northern ports employs a large number of vessels. Steamships loaded with cotton ran regularly between Galveston and Liverpool, and returning bring out English, Irish, and Scot immigrants. The steamship line between New York and Galveston carries about 95% of all the merchandise sent into Texas from New York, Philadelphia, Boston, and Baltimore. The foreign trade of the port is increasing with wonderful rapidity. Edward King, Texas, 1874. The Strand in the late 1800s was dubbed the Wall Street of the Southwest. It was a street of opulent Victorian buildings with 5 banks, wholesome houses, grocers, liquor and cigar dealers, cotton factories, commission merchants, insurance companies, printers, and 8 newspapers, dry good companies, steam and sail ship agencies, auction houses, and a fair sprinkling of saloons and sailor boarding houses. With all its wealth, bustle, and business, Galveston was one of the richest cities in the world per capita. Before the end of the century, the Strand was not only the financial heartthrob of Galveston and Texas, but of much of the Southwest as well. So this is that block. And you know what? I think we're only a block or so from the port. So let's go over here and take a look. Good morning. It's okay to go this way? Yeah. Thank you. Good morning. Look at the buildings. They're doing work on it. Victorian. Oh, Victorian. I was actually right. Jesus, that's my boat. Look at my boat sitting there waiting for me. Y'all see that boat? This is the largest of the carnival boats. Now look at that. I think where you're seeing that screen, I can't tell it. I got a coffee in my hand, so just work with me. I think that's the 16th floor. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Okay. Have a good day.
You too.
Oh my God. I literally walked to, but you know what? It's okay because I've already paid for my cab service. That was $15, so that's not bad. So to look at this, I feel like it's cool. Okay, one, this is called Harborside Drive. To look at this, oh my God. I'll be on this boat today, heading to Mexico. Oh my God. I'm gonna cut this short right now because I'm hoping it's not too big for me to post. Ciao.